Larry, there's something else that you might be about to diatribe about. Lord have mercy.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Flash. Damn it. Just damn it. And I'm talking about the Flash because Larry, you know I'm a DC guy. This poster on my wall doesn't say Marvel. It says DC. It says DC.
Dumb
And
comics?
on in the movie theater,
Dumb cinema?
golly, man. And for the longest time, people have known that when I go see DC movies, I have not had nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
It has been a lot of harsh criticism.
I still ride for their villain stuff, though. Their villain stuff is fire.
I mean, well, what's fire in totality is the animation. Their animations are
Yes.
amazing. I
Their
mean,
animation is dope.
out of 10 animations, you might get two bad ones, which is 80% good.
Right.
However, as much as I did the review, and if you didn't watch it, you can go watch it. Overall, ladies and gentlemen, this was my best review of a DC movie in years. The movie
Mm.
The Flash was great, but the problem is it ain't making no damn money. So, Larry,
Yeah.
let's take a look at this and then we'll try to figure out why the hell is this movie, and I think me and you are going to know why, it's bombing at the box office. Take a look at this, Big Larry.
After The Flash failed to pick up speed during the week heading into the second box office weekend and officially setting a new record for a Friday to Friday drop at the box office, it somehow managed to stumble and hit a brick wall harder than anybody could have foreseen, as the box office numbers for the weekend are coming in, and saying they're bad might be the ultimate understatement.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my big homie at Comic Book Cast. Y'all go check out his YouTube
So
channel.
once again, the final box office numbers will not be in till like Monday or Tuesday morning when WB makes them official. And rest assured, they're going to want to account for every single ticket sold to try to get as high as possible. But the current reports coming in as of Sunday morning / afternoon is that The Flash on its second weekend has managed to make only $16 million. Now,
Damn.
typically, I could talk about the good and the bad in regards to this,
Damn.
but there's literally no good here. As a matter of
There is
fact,
no
it
good.
is so bad that if I was WB, I would just pull a Microsoft and stop reporting numbers. But unfortunately for them, Microsoft can do that in regards to Xbox sales and the box office tracking. Well, that's not down to the studio alone, as literally there's a whole industry for tracking it and a lot of money to be made on tracking it from investors. So it's going to be I'm just going to assume right now that with these numbers, come Monday and Tuesday morning at WB, people will be fired. The Rogue One sirens will be blazing, and there's going to be all sorts of conversation and reshuffles. Make no mistake about it.
Mm.
So, Larry, let's break this down. I seen it. It was a damn good movie. This was easily one of the DCEU's top 3 movies they've done in the last
Really?
10 years. It's that good.
Wow.
But Larry, let's address the elephant in the room. This shit is doing horrible, most likely because of Ezra Miller. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
Come on now.
it's been so long and so many stories have come out about this guy. I mean, I feel like they've invested so much into this movie and its place inside the the DC's cinematic universe that they were saying we can't let him go down. We have too much invested in this. And now it's just because they've let it go for so long. There's so many people know about it. It just flopped. There was a lot of people that were just like, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see it because I don't want to see him. And I think they were just sort of, I think there's a lot of factors. One, I think there is, and I know people don't want to acknowledge it, but I think there is a quite a bit of comic book, movie fatigue, superhero movie fatigue. There's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm tired of seeing them right now. or I'll wait till there's the one that I just can't miss, but the other ones I'll just wait till they come on streaming because I'm just kind of tired of them. And I know comic book fans like us don't want to hear that, but when you listen to other people who are not big comic book fans, you hear a lot of people saying, geez, another one? I'm good, I'll wait, And I mean, you still have a lot. I mean, I know that some of these movies are making a lot of money in the box office, but there's a lot of people that are just not going back to the movies yet. There's a lot of people that are just comfortable saying, you know what? I used to have to see the movie, I used to have to see the movie on opening weekend, but I'm okay. I can wait 3 months. I can wait 3 months till it comes on HBO Max or Max, whatever they call it now, or I can wait till it comes on Disney Plus. And you add all of the craziness, all the shenanigans that this guy was involved with on top of that, it's just going to lead to bad box office receipts, especially
Now,
when everything that you've heard, all the critics from every single review that I've heard from this movie has said it's good. Everyone. I don't think I've heard anybody say this movie's trash. Don't bother. Wait till it comes on stream. Everybody I've heard said this is one of, if not the best DC movie that's been out.
Mm-hmm. It was great. Now, I disagree with Larry on comic book fatigue because at the end of the day, if folks are truly fatigued, they're not going to watch it on streaming either. They're just not going to watch it. So I think Larry's argument would work for this movie. But in totality of comic book movies this year, I can't say that because Guardians of the Galaxy made $1 billion. Super Mario Brothers, which is a comic but a video game, that made over $1 billion.
Right, but I'm not counting them because I'm thinking like superhero movies.
Well, Mario's a superhero.
You think so?
Yeah, Mario's Superman. You know how many people is nostalgic? Where's my thing at? Look at this. Look, let me show you this because I keep all kinds of shit in this house. Look at that.
That is dope.
Yeah, that's an homage to the first ever hero that I played on a video game and didn't know that they had a comic book, the Super Mario Brothers. I didn't know that.
I guess my thought is that when I'm thinking about superheroes, I'm thinking of the DC, Marvel, Dark Horse type comic genres,
I think, Larry, people just got a bad taste in their mouth from DC and Ezra Miller because the Black Adam was okay. It wasn't like it was okay.
That's
like
what it was. It was like,
Yeah. Black Adam was in. And the history of these movies.
Shazam was terrible.
Oh my God. And see, now you're going where I'm going. I truly feel like because the last two movies leading up to The Flash were not that good, and Ezra Miller, people just said, hands up, don't shoot. I'm not going to see this shit. I'm not. And you missed out because this was actually a good movie. So, Larry, the question is, where does DC go from here? Do we go ahead and get rid of Ezra Miller, reboot the whole thing the way James Gunn is doing? What do you think?
I personally think they should have gotten rid of him a long time ago.
Okay.
I think they should have gotten rid of him a long time. I am of the mindset, and I know people disagree. I know we've had this debate via you and B have had this debate on the thread where about Jonathan Majors too, and I've said that when you are a very highly paid actor, part of your job is to stay out of trouble. That's what it is. And when I mean stay out of trouble, don't do anything that's going to cause reputational harm to your employer. And so part of that is like, if you do something stupid, then you should just be let go. Like there's no reason why you can't replace somebody. Every time I have watched a movie where they have replaced an actor, it is only an issue for about the first 5 minutes. And then I'm like, if it's a good actor, I'm no longer seeing the actor. I'm seeing the character that they're playing.
Okay.
And so I don't think it's a big deal to replace actors in certain roles. For me, I would have, if this was me, I simply would have gone to the WB's Flash pulled that kid out and said, "You're in this movie now.
And
You are
he's
now
good.
you are now the movie Flash."
Yeah,
And
he's
that would have been
good,
it.
man. He's good, and I think his name is Grant Guy. I think I could be wrong, y'all, but he's
As long-
good, and he's been on that show like 6, 7 seasons on the
Yeah.
Flash, and I mean,
And
he's
as long as
doing
he's
a
not
damn
tired
good
of
job.
playing that role,
Yeah,
as
man.
long as he's not tired of playing it, bring him in. Let him do it.
Wow. So,
I mean, if you have a great script, you already know the guy can act. You know he's good in that role. Let him play it.
exactly.
You know?
All I can hope, my people, is that WB get this stuff together, because I just love DC Comics and the potential of what they could do. And I think we're getting ready to turn the corner with James Gunn. They just got a new Superman last night. They got a new Superman and Lois Lane, and I'm pretty okay with the characters that they got to play those characters going forward. I think we're going to be in good hands.
You know what I think they should have done? And I know different folks have different opinions about day and date.
The Flash on the CW's name is Grant Gustin.
Grant Gustin. Gotcha.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think what they should have done, and they couldn't have, and I know they couldn't have predicted the terrible box office, in advance, and from every indication, I'm sure they focus grouped the hell out of this film, and everybody came back and said it was great. So I'm assuming they probably expected to have really, really great things happen for them when word got out that it was a good movie. But I honestly think they probably should have just went ahead and put this out on Max, on HBO Max. Like they were doing the whole rebranding thing from HBO to HBO Max to just Max. When they were rebranding to just Max, this should have been a part of that rebranding. They should have just said, we're going to put out the Flash straight to Max. We'll still have it in the theaters for people who want to go watch it on the big screen or see it on the IMAX and all that. But I think it would have given people an opportunity to subscribe, because they've talked about how their subscriber rates have slowed down. Just about everybody, except for the only one who's growing right now is Netflix, and that's because Netflix got rid of their password sharing thing. But I assume that once people that were sharing their passwords all get their own accounts, that's going to level off as well. But everybody else has been sort of slowing down or going backwards a little bit. So this would have been a great way, I think, to get a lot of people on board. And they should do like Disney does. They should take DC and have some movies. I mean, have some TV shows. Like, I think that, what is it? The Calvin, what's his name that Michael B. Jordan was talking about doing? Oh man.
The Black Superman.
Yeah, but I kept blanking on his name right now. But they should have maybe tried to work something out where instead of making that a movie right away, they made a series out of that. And so they could have had something where they had the Flash come straight to video, and then they could have had that. Who's it? Calvin Harris? I feel like that's a singer. Calvin Harris. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's a singer. I forgot Black Czar's real name, but
yeah,
that story is amazing.
But they should have started that as a series, and then take it to the big screen. So, and then they could just do the same formula that Disney does. Just have your series lead into the movies. The movies end up where you pick up. You can pick up where they left off in the movies on the series, and then just go back and forth and keep people roped in like that. So,
okay.
But you have to get people involved, and you have to get people involved in the whole universe. Right now, it's been fragmented. They start over, they stop, they start over, they quit, they change directions. It's like you just need to pick a direction. That's one thing I feel like Disney has done really, really well with with what's his name, Kevin Feige, and the other dude, what's his Esposito,
Carlito Esposito,
the other producer, whatever one that works with Kevin Feige, that dude, they seem to have decided a direction for the MCU, and they have stuck with that direction. And they may veer off here and there and come back, but it seems like they have said, this is our lane. we may swerve a little bit in that lane, but this is our lane. We're going to keep on this path. And I think the audience in large part has appreciated it. Some of the really hardcore fanboys may have some issues, but I think the general audience really appreciates the consistency and the direction and getting an idea of where things are going. And I think that they've been able to get a huge, huge following because of it. And I think if DC just simply picks a lane and commits to that lane for like 10 years, because the MCU has been doing this. They committed to this like 10, 12 years ago, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to say it was a good movie, but if you haven't seen it at this point, that bitch probably going to be dropping on streaming in another 2 weeks. So just sit tight, save your money. If you got Max, don't even worry about it, man. And